Chief, welcome back.
Good evening, brother.
All right, we're just gonna get started immediately. I'm gonna just share the link with the people, and
Oh, okay.
then we can get started. It's all right, boss. Without any further ado, let's get started. So, Chief, for the sake of those that do not know you or they've not had that opportunity to meet you before, how would you introduce yourself to them? Like your name, your country, and just like some few stuff about you.
Okay. Um, Thank you very much for having me, Mr. Pascal.
Thank
My name is Mahoney JJ Ansu. I am from Sierra Leone, West Africa, and I'm currently in India. I'm on a scholarship. Um, it's called the ICCR scholarship, Indian Council for Cultural Relation, and I'm in my final year now, and I'm studying
Wow.
mechanical engineering. Yeah.
That's cool. Hi guys, good afternoon Nigerian time. Um, welcome to our channel today or our live today. And today we're having Mr. JJ from Sierra Leone. He's just introduced himself. Uh, he's going to tell us how he was able to get the ICCR scholarship. For those of you that do not know, there's something called the ICCR scholarship, right? So basically, as an international student, the government of India is willing to sponsor your education, and they pay for your tuition fees, they pay for your accommodation, and they give you stipends per month. I mean, think about it. It's just cool. It's very cool. I mean, you get to study without paying nothing. It's very
That's
cool,
true.
and I believe they also sponsor your flight tickets as well. So all of that, how to get the scholarship, how to apply, the entire procedure. We're gonna discuss it today because I've been having a lot of people reaching out to me, asking questions. How can I apply for the scholarship? What's the step? What documents are required? All of that. We will discuss that today. So please make sure you participate, you pay attention, you grab your pen and papers to ask your questions. And right now, the scholarship is ongoing at the moment. So if you think you're willing to, take advantage of the opportunity, you can just apply immediately. So without any further ado, let's continue. We've talked about introduction. We've introduced our guest today. So the next step is, can you just tell us a general overview, like what's the ICCR scholarship about? Like just
All right.
some essential definition, basically. Like, tell us a little bit about the scholarship?
Um, the scholarship is called ICCR. It's an abbreviation. ICCR stands for Indian Council for Cultural Relation. So generally, it's a scholarship offered to Africa and some parts of Asia. For example, Bangladesh, Nepal. They are all benefits. They have different scheme. They have scheme for Africa, like they have a particular scheme for Africa. I can talk based on my country, Sierra Leone. For example, the scholarship is currently open. So for Sierra Leone, there is a particular amount of people they are going to grant the scholarship. So it goes for every country, but for Sierra Leone there's a particular amount. So it goes throughout Africa. It goes to Bangladesh, Nepal. There are people from Seychelles, all around, all around in Asia also are coming. Yeah, and it's more about cultural diversity. Like for instance, you come,
Mm,
you meet different people from different background, and normally before the COVID, ICCR used to have this thing called international um it's a gathering per se. It's a gathering where people meet twice a year within the same scholarship and have different background and value exchange diversity. Yeah. So in short, ICCR is really helping people out to gain the scholarship, and it's very simple to get. It's not like other scholarship where you can apply for the university and apply for the scholarship. This one is just one package.
mm.
Yeah.
That's all right. Thank you so much for that introduction. So basically, you talked about ICCR as a particular number of people that they award a scholarship from every country, right? Okay, so
Exactly.
this number of is it made public or just within the admissions committee?
Um. Okay. Before going to that, there are like three process I can say, three main steps. One is the application, and two
Okay.
is the shortlisting, and three is the interview. So you're gonna know the number of scholarship when you go for the interview. You can't know the number of scholarship when you. Of course, there is a total. There is a subtotal for the whole Africa,
Mm,
but there is no distinguished total per country. But within them,
mm,
they know the distinguished total per country. But you will only know when you are shortlisted for interview. Yeah,
mm,
that by then some of us who are, for instance, those who are applying now, they can't get the full information. But some of us who are here now in the ICCL scholarship, there's a particular group they just send the PDF. Then within that time, like, oh, they give Sierra Leone 50, they give Nigeria 40, they give this. Yeah, that time you will know. But as of now, it's just like blank until until the interview
mm.
procedure.
Cool. Okay, so for those that do not know, right, how can one apply for the scholarship? Like, what's the first step to apply for the
Yeah.
scholarship?
Um, First of all, the application is totally online. It's free. If you go online and enter ICCR Scholarship 2025, the official website will be there. But the website is also called A2A, like A, let as in letter A, and two as in number two,
Mm,
A2A scholarship dot indian dot gov, yeah,
mm,
dot indian dot gov. So if you go to the website, it will take you to the homepage. Now, if you're
mm.
in the homepage, you just need to register. They ask you a few details about your age because there is a age limit. There is a age
Okay.
limit for a particular course you are coming to do. For example, for undergraduate, there is a certain age limit, and for masters, there is a age limit. So as PhD, the scholarship offered cut across, and they offer
Mm,
all courses only for medicines. But pharmacy can get, a pharmacy course can get, but medicines they can't get. And there's an instruction also. Every year they put the instruction is there. So the process to get the scholarship, if you go into the website, you go through the instructions, you register. After registration, they will send you an email with a new link. Now this
mm,
email will have the link of the portal. Now
mm.
The scholarship is open from February. I think mostly it's first week February to April 30th.
mm,
April 30th it closes. So if you go through the link they send you in the email after registration, then in that link there are like different steps. There are like
mm,
different steps of they're gonna have you they're gonna ask you a personal question, of course, like your name, date of birth, where are you from, phone number, all this, and they're gonna ask you questions about your background education. So like
mm,
for West Africa, we all sit the WAEC, so we need the WAEC. The WAEC is one key thing we need.
mm,
The WAEC is something which for that I'm talking about undergraduates now. The WAEC is
mm,
something which is key to for ICCR. And normally the WAEC should be in one sitting. It should be in one sitting.
mm.
Yeah. Coming with maybe two like last year WAEC result and this year you put them together and all it's can't there
It
is
can't
high
work.
chances because the competition is high. So you need to
Mm,
stand out. There's high chances. So you need to get the WAEC and you need your high school transcripts also. So you were in high school before, you need that high school transcript like I don't know how you call it. I think 300 level or so. For us, it's like senior school transcripts. You need this transcript also, and all these documents. You need your birth certificate again, and you need a police clearance. You need the clearance from police. There's a space to upload it, and you need in the portal there's an empty form for physical fitness. There is no
mm,
there is no particular hospital you need to go to, but you can visit any hospital and get your physical fitness test. It's just
mm,
they need to know your blood type if you are physically fit or not. So the that particular form you can find it attached to the online portal.
mm,
So all those documents, your results, your you need you also of course you need English proficiency also. So English proficiency you can get from your high school you used to go to, and you need recommendation letter also. So it's gonna be WAEC, recommendation letter, English proficiency, your high school transcripts,
mm,
of course, you need passport and birth certificates, plus any other documents you think you can stand out with.
mm,
Yeah. So all those documents should be verified and stamped because you are coming international. They should be verified and stamped because you go and upload them in the portal. You will scan them and upload them in the portal. In the portal, there is a particular space. I think it's the last aspect in the portal. When you get there, they will say ask you to choose 5 universities. They have their list of universities, of course. Not all universities in India are under ICCR. So they have their list of universities. So you can choose, for example, I'm in Andhra University. But when I was applying, I applied to Andhra, I applied to New Delhi University, and I applied to something like Chandigarh University. So you can choose different universities there are 5 states, so you choose 5 others, and then under the universities there are going to be courses they offer. So one you can choose the university, and there's another link also after choosing the university. There are going to be courses they offer. So if you want to do your course, you can simply check the university and the course
mm,
are there. You select the course. So
mm,
you're entitled to select different courses in different universities. For example, I can select mechanical engineering in another university, and I select maybe another type of engineering in another university, depending to and after that, that's the application process. Maybe within after the application is closed in April, July, you're gonna get university response. So those 5 universities, you might be lucky. For me, I had three positive response from 3 universities. So you might be lucky. You get response from different universities. They will be like, oh, we need your documents, we need this. You understand? So they will ask you to go through the portal again and upload them. So they want to tell you you need this, and later they will tell you, okay, we are accepted to this course on provision if you pass the interview. So then, um, after the university acceptance, then you get to go for after the university acceptance, they're going to send you to the Indian embassy in your country. So, for example, let's say Nigeria, there's an Indian embassy in Nigeria. They're gonna send your details to the Indian embassy in Nigeria for them to they have representative there since it's a government something. So from their own end, they're going to do the interview. They're going to do the interview, and then they have their number of the total number of people they want for the scholarship. So they're going to do their interview on their own end, and then get back to you. So from there, after the interview, I think you're going to leave your passport with them. If you are successful, they just take your passport. So from there, the next time you come, it's just visa stamping and um, flight ticket. It's actually a smooth process, but it's longer. Yeah. And there's also another step again when you come to India after getting the scholarship. There's also when you come to India, you have to register with ICCR, university, the police, and all this stuff.
Okay, okay. Um, we'll talk about that
Okay.
once we get to that level, okay? For those of us that are just joining in today, we're talking about how he was able to get the ICCR scholarship to study in India completely free. So basically, our guest today is a beneficiary of the ICCR scholarship. It's a scholarship in India. It's fully funded. It covers tuition, feeding, accommodation, and you also get paid every month. You understand? So for those of you that have been asking me for scholarships, this video is for you guys. We're trying to help you guys get scholarships so you can study for free. If you don't have the money, if your parents cannot afford the fees, you should apply for this scholarship, and hopefully at the end of the day you're going to get selected. And yes, if you have any question regarding what we are discussing tonight, you can send a question in the comment section, and we're going to reply to your question for sure. So big man, we just dove right into the topic today. We didn't really discuss the background, right?
Yeah.
uh know about this ICCR scholarship. Tell us your story.
Oh, my own story. Okay. It all started in 2021. Yeah. Then um I had a friend who like told me like, hey man, there was a scholarship I applied for last year, but I didn't get it because of the COVID. Because before 2021 there was COVID, so I think it was cancelled. But he explained to me, I'm like, oh, let me give it a try. So then he sent the link to me. I went through it. Then I get my by then it was for my undergraduate. So I'm gonna talk based on the documents for undergraduate. So by then I got my WAEC and my high school transcripts, police clearance, and took them to our I also got English to
Mm,
our foreign affairs office in my country, and then I got them stamped for like international certification. I got them stamped so that it's legit. I got them stamped and scanned. Then I came. Yeah, there is something I missed in the application process, but I'm coming now. Then I came, then I tried to apply. Okay, in the application they ask you questions which you can just. It's like it's a drop-down answer. The questions are there. It's a drop-down answer. For example, they will just ask you maybe the country you're coming from. They drop down. You see the country you select. But there are questions which you are going to type in yourself. For example, they will tell you to write in. It's like five different. It's a five different essay, but you're going to choose one. You're
mm.
going to choose one. Yeah, I can't remember all, but there is one which you have to write about what motivates you to
For the
apply for the
school.
scholarship. There's another one which you have to write about something about leadership. Yeah, over the years. There's another one which you have to write about something that you regret not doing. For example, let's say you were in high school, then you have something tragic that happened to you, but you come back, you bounce back. Something to write about short stories. So there are five things to write of, and they just tell you to choose one. So you're gonna choose one and you write them. It's a number of words, I think 450 to 500 words. So that one you have to manually type it inside. So it's like you're gonna write it in a special corner or maybe a word, and maybe you copy and put it there. So that one also have its own aspects.
Mm,
And one thing you don't need to forget is the instruction because for every year the age limit changes. Because, for example, if you are applying, before applying, you have to register. The registration, there's a particular point to put in your upload your passport number
mm,
and your date of birth, which your country. So the moment you choose the particular course you are coming, sorry, the moment you choose the particular level you are coming to do, let's say
mm,
undergraduate or masters, automatically the system has set the age limit.
mm,
So let's say for undergraduate, I can't be sure now, but let's say for undergraduate is 25. Let's say 25. So let's say 25, then you put in something like date of birth above 2025. It won't go. It won't go back to the next page
mm,
unless you have to be within that range. But it won't tell you in that particular portal that it is like that. Unless you have to go back and read the instruction, then
mm,
you're like, oh, I missed this step. Yeah, it's in the instruction. It's there. I think it's written with red or something like that. It's just like a keynote to do. So if you are if you can register successfully, then the rest of the process is so easy. But you need to get your documents stamped from your government officials. Because the reason being, when you get to India, they have to verify those documents. And there's no way to verify them. Okay, for example, in West Africa, we have WAEC. You can just find a scratch card, go to a computer, put in, it can come in, you understand? But yeah, they can't do that. They can't just go to your school back home and say, oh, this high school transcript is good or this is not good. So you need to get them stamped. It's important. Those stamps are important. You need to get them stamped, upload them. Even if you are applying at that moment, it's not stamped, but make sure when you're going to interview, it's stamped.
mm.
You need to get them stamped. And that stamping is really, really important here. Because there has been a situation where somebody didn't for stamping and come back. Yeah. Because they also need proof. They need proof of like authenticness of the document. Yeah. So, as I was saying, you have to write one of those essays,
Mm,
and you put them or you upload them. And the thing about the portal, you can save and exit and come back.
mm,
So if you stop in a certain place, maybe you need to write something you can save, because the duration is long. By April 30th, it's closing. That's the last date. So now you have time. You can just start the application step by step. And also for the upload of documents, of course there's a size of the documents, the file. You can upload few documents. The ones you have, you can upload them. Then later you go and verify the other ones, and you come back in and upload. The documents are there. I think they have like 6 documents to upload plus one optional. They have
mm,
they have passports, birth certificates, high school transcripts. Um, they have YEC.
mm.
They have medical fitness,
Yeah.
and they have police clearance. And there's one which is optional, like if you have any other documents to upload. So for instance, let's say you have something which you think it's more valuable, it's more suitable for you, you can just put it in there and upload. And another thing, if you forget to upload the correct document, they're going to still process your application, but then they're going to email you again like, we need these documents from you. You need to upload them. Yeah. If you for like you let's say for instance you want to upload birth certificate but mistakenly you upload passport, and you forget the birth certificate to upload the birth certificate. After some time they're gonna email you like, um go through the link, check the portal and upload these documents. We need these documents. Yeah. And with that, after uploading all those things, it's gonna take like 2 months vetting process. And from there, the university are gonna start emailing you personally. They're gonna start emailing you. If maybe some will ask you for short documents, some will ask you like, can you send this to our website, or can you send this to our email? And others will be like, oh, we are vetting your process now. We have accepted you on condition based on
Mm,
yeah, they have accepted based on condition. Then from there, ICCR will get back to you through your embassy, through the Indian embassy in your country. Now, ICCR will not email you personally. ICCR will not email you. They talk to you through the portal. But when it's time for selection, the High Commission of India in your home country will email you, because ICCR will send them your documents. So they will email you like you have been shortlisted for an interview, whatever the process may be. They will email you and they will give you a date to come to the embassy with your documents. And then you will take all your documents and go there. So they have to verify those documents if what you upload and what you have are the same. So now you take all those documents, they will verify them and maybe tell you, maybe interview, because I learned about some countries again in the southern part of Africa, they don't do interview. But for the West, all those I've met for the West, there's an interview process. But for the South, yeah, sometimes I had some people they just go, maybe they are lucky, they are not too much and all, maybe they are just within the quota they give them, so they just took them all without interview, they just verify their documents. Yeah, after verifying verification of those documents, they take your passports. After maybe 1 week, you come back for the passport, the visa is already there.
So
Then
basically, they help you to apply for the visa.
yeah, yeah. It's the embassy, the moment you are successful, they think you are successful for after those process. They'll just take your passport from you.
And give you
Next,
the visa.
the visa is free. Actually, it's totally free. So next, they're just gonna tell you like you can come back on Monday or Tuesday. When you get there, the visa is already given in the passport when you which you left. And what next? Then after that, about the traveling it varies. What I'm saying is varies. Because since they're gonna pay you, they're gonna pay you when you come. They are gonna pay you from the moment you steps in India. Let's say you come in India like today's the 6th of May. I mean, yeah, you come March. You come in Indian today. Your your stipend starts running today. That's one good thing. So because of that, the ICCR administration is gonna work with your university. So depending on when your course is starting, everybody has different course. Be it we are all from the same country, but we have different course we're applying for, and maybe different universities. So my own university might start on May 2nd, yours might start on May 15th. So if mine is starting on May 2nd, which means I'm going to travel first, depending on when your university is opening, that's the time you're going to come first. So you come first, and depending on your university time, so the university will email you. Personally, the university will email you like, we need you to start classes now. Classes are going to start in whatever week, and then you're going to forward that email to the embassy, and the embassy will just book you your flight ticket, and then you can come. And when you come to India, there are going to be a 2 weeks. 2 weeks? Yeah, it's 14 days. There are going to be a um 14 days probation week for you to get your resident permit. Those are all the steps. So and in that 14 days, ICC are not going to pay you because you need to open an account. But it's still running in the background as they are going to pay you for it in future. So which means you need to come with some funds because when you come you need to pay for your health insurance on your own. You need to pay for it on your own, and you need to pay for university registration on your own. But all those money will be given back to you after the account is open. So now, for instance, let's talk about me. When I came, um, during the 14 days, you need to do university registration. So you need to register to the university and the department, of course. And after that, you need to register to the Indian immigration system for you to get your resident permit. So after all those successful registration, it's a smooth process actually. It's a smooth process. So after all those registration, then you can go to open bank accounts. After opening bank accounts, there's always an international student dean in your university. So they're going to ask you, they're going to help you out actually. They're going to help you out about things you need. So they're going to help you out. It's a smooth process. You're not going to be alone. There are people from different countries who are all coming together in the same university, same course. So it's like a group work. So they're going to have all the steps there. Maybe you're going to need maybe 5 passport picture, whatever this. You put those, and those documents are something you have because most of the documents they're going to ask for is the ones ICCR are going to give you. For example, when ICCR give you a scholarship, they're going to give you a scholarship document. And when you get to university acceptance, they're going to give you a university acceptance letter. And there's one document which is ICCR policy. And plus the embassy is going to give you a letter that allows you to come to India and study something like that. Yeah. So those are the documents normally they ask for in different offices. So it's just like submitting the same document in different offices around. You submit to the university, submit to the department, submit to international students, submit to for your resident permit.
Mm,
And when you have successfully opened an account,
mm,
now as I said earlier, like you came at March 6th, and maybe you
mm,
end up opening an account after 2 weeks or 1 or 3 weeks or 1 month even. Now, when they pay you, they're going to pay you backlog since the day. That's why when you're applying, they're going to ask you for your stamp, the stamp on your passport.
mm,
So the date which is on the stamp that you enter India is when they are going to pay you from.
mm,
So they're going to pay you since that day until the present day or until the next month,
mm,
depending to how your because the payment system is different from you for different universities. Some university they pay them every 3 months, like they pay them if they for example they pay them in January for January, February and March. Some universities pay them 2 months, they pay them in January for January and February, some universities 1 month. And like luckily for us today I got paid and they paid me for 2 months. So like it's for like March and April. So my next payment will be coming in May. Yeah. So depending to whatever you do, they're gonna pay you. And once in a year, once in a year, they're gonna give you an extra money just for you. Like it's called book allowance. Yeah.
well,
So there's a set amount. There's a set amount they pay you. So in that money they pay you. For example, they pay I can I might try to convert into dollars,
no,
but
say it's in rupees. I'm going to convert to myself.
fine, fine. So now now before going to that, you have an option. You have an option to either stay in hostel or you can stay outside. It depends because the money comes straight to you. So if you are staying in the hostel, you have to pay from the money for yourself. If you are staying outside, you have to pay out of the money from yourself. So that depends. That's a choice. So they're gonna pay 18,000 rupees. Um, sorry, they're gonna pay 23,500.
That's if you stay in the hostel.
No, no, no. They're gonna pay you 20. Whatever you stay, wherever you stay, hostel or outside, they're gonna pay you
And
23
that,
rupees.
according
That's one that is.
to
That's one
rates,
that is. Yeah. So in that 23,000
it's about,
rupees, twenty-three
let me,
thousand five. Yeah, yeah,
it's about $270 according to today's exchange rate per month, right?
yeah. Okay. Now listen. There's a catch. So it's like 23,500. 23,500. So now there
Mm,
is 5,500 inside of that 23,500 that is supposed to go for your rent.
mm,
So now, depending on how many of you, let's say for instance, if you choose a house where you can pay 6,000, you're going to add 5,000 to it. If you choose a house where you can pay 5,000, or maybe you live with friends together, you people can and pay the rent, you're going to make more money. So it depends to you, but they're going to give you the money.
mm,
They're going to, so for the hostel, mostly the hostel is like 5 or 6,000, depending on the rooms, whatever. So they're going to give you those money, and it's supposed to be for the month. That money is for the month. They pay you that money for the month. And
mm.
like I said, once in a year, there are going to be a 5,000 addition of that money, like 5,000 addition for book allowance. Normally, if you are coming for the first time, it's going to come with the first payment. So that money you can use to settle in, buy books, buy pen, and all these things for classes.
Well, thank you so much, B man. That's a very, very, it's very detailed explanation. For the sake of those that are just joining us, in today's video, we're talking about how you can get the ICCR scholarship by yourself. You don't need anyone to help you to apply. You can just go on the website, apply yourself, upload the document, and submit your application. We've talked about a lot today. We've talked about the scholarship, the benefit of the scholarship. We've talked about just an overview. We've talked about the fact that the scholarship covers tuition, feeding, accommodation, and free flight ticket as well. And you also get stipends every single month, as high as $270 for undergrad, which is just a lot of money in India. Trust me, that
Yeah.
money there's a lot for sure after you've spent whatever. And we've talked about the documents required as well to apply for the scholarship. and we've talked about quite a lot of things. So, we're just going to ask him a few questions. For those of you that have questions, you can send in your questions in the comment section, so you can ask him your questions right now, once and for all. Okay. Now listen, right? I'm Nigerian, right? And I've had a lot of people coming to me and they're asking me, Pascal, do you know anyone at the embassy that can help me to get a scholarship? They're telling me that it's connections. Is it true?
There was an issue with Nigeria, like this, how should I say, this current first year people. Yeah,
Mm,
there are few Nigerians around. I know a few of them. We play football together. Some of them in my department, they are my juniors. So I I think there was a situation that happened when they were applying previously.
mm,
So of course people applied after the acceptance, no, not acceptance, after being shortlisted for interview,
mm,
and they went for interview. Now I think the names of people who came were those who were not part of the interview.
mm,
Yeah. So I think it was an issue because for example you can't put people who do not apply because you need to get a university acceptance first. Yeah. So and so few of the Nigerians who are all students who are currently here, they make it known to the the person in concern. I don't know how they do it, but they make it known to the person in concern, and then they have to like cancel that whole thing and start afresh. Yeah, they have to cancel the whole thing and start
mm.
afresh. Yeah, but you know, Africa is Africa, and man, gosh, Africa. Oh my God, there are ways because the moment it goes to the embassy. Sorry, the moment it goes to the embassy, there might be Africans working there.
Mm.
There might be Africans working there. If possible, if possible, maybe the interview will be done by an African. I don't know, but if possible, mine was done by an Indian actually. Mine was done by two Indian guys, and for me, during my own time, it was smooth. Yeah, even I think last year there was some issues coming up, like oh, people are doing this, they're calling the interview by batch and all. But the moment you have got through the interview stage, there is like 90% chances of you coming. Yeah, you need to make it to the thing is you need to make it to the interview. You make it to the interview, then there is 90% chances for you if you make it to the interview.
Cool. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the information today. Um, Thanks for that explanation. Because I actually spoke with some people when I came to Andhra. I talked about that, which is just. So yeah, you got selected by Andhra University, right?
Yes.
Among like you applied for, was Andhra your first choice? I
Yeah,
mean, you
about
should
that,
have chosen.
about about that, I got selected to three universities. And
Mm,
then for me, I don't know, it was so smooth that when I went for the interview, the first thing they told me was like, you got selected to three universities. Have you make up your mind to which one you want to go to? Like they gave me the offer to choose which one I want to go to. But sometimes they won't give you the offer. Sometimes they will just choose randomly for you.
mm,
Most times they just choose for you. But they gave me the offer like which one I wanted to go to, then I choose another university because most of my friends by then we applied three of us, and fortunately three of us had the scholarship. So two of them were going to Andrea, and I'm like, oh, let me just join them. Yeah, yeah.
all right, that's just cool. So, do you remember the question that you were asked at the interview before you were selected for the scholarship? What type of questions are people to expect?
The questions in the interview are based on what you fill in your form when you're applying. Now let's say they won't ask you questions about university stuff because they are expecting you to be a fresher, maybe first year students. We have not gone through the process yet. So now questions like why did you apply to this for this scholarship, or maybe where did you heard about this scholarship, and why that particular course, why the university, and maybe questions like they asked me a question like, do you think you want to leave your country for India? I'm like, guy, I already applied for this thing. So like there are questions like after your course, what do you plan to do? You plan of coming back or you plan of staying or whatever, maybe continue the studies or yeah, but the questions are random, but it's based on what your document you submit. Sometimes they will just take in one of the documents in their hand, they will just and maybe like oh you have like let's say B2 in English. Oh you must be good in English. Okay, fine. Um they ask you three questions based on that particular result. There was one of my friends, they took the results and they were like, they asked him questions about his result, like, can you tell me what grade, what score do you have in this particular subject, something like that, or maybe your grade point for the high school transcript, maybe what's the position you got, what they just want to verify with you. The interview process is actually it's just like a vetting process, I can say. It's a vetting process. The way they vet your documents to ensure that it's you. Yeah, it's more like a vetting process.
All right, bad. So, from the time you took the interview to the time you were told you were selected, how long was that period? I mean, was it automatically you knew the same day, or did it take some time?
Uh, for our batch was a bit different because there was still COVID, but it wasn't like 100% clear. So, and the Indians were still there. Now it's more black people, they take time. But for our batch, it was like we went for interview, and after the interview, it looked like, and the interview for our batch, the interview was just one day. These days, because since there are so many people, because every year they add more to the number. For our batch, we were like 15. The next batch they had to 20. The other batch that came last year is like 40 people. So it keeps adding. So the more people, I think, the longer time to interview. So for our batch, it was so short that when we went there, we did the interview and they told us they would get back to us. So after, well, I think what was they didn't tell us the interview results yet, and then the university messaged us like, we are going to start our course this date, so you need to come to India. So we're like, how? And then we send the message to the embassy, and the embassy was like, oh yeah, yeah, um the interview was successful, this is the thing, this you need to come to the embassy again and bring your and come and collect your passport, this. I think the university rushed and sent the same message because of the COVID was getting okay now. Yeah, but normally normally you get to know the results in 2 weeks.
Oh,
In two
okay,
weeks you get
cool.
to know the results. Yeah.
So basically, after 2 weeks of the interview, you should get a response if it's positive or
Yeah, yeah.
negative.
You'll get a response within that time.
Okay, cool. And I have people reaching out to me this period that I mean, we should always talk about your experience, but yeah, we'll get there. So
All
some
right.
people are in India and they're asking what's the process for them? Do they have to come back to their home country to apply for the scholarship, or they can apply in India? Do you have anyone that has actually
Yeah, yeah.
applied before
There, there,
graduation?
there, there is a guy currently who is doing his PhD. He was here last year though. He was here last year, and then okay. You can't be in India and apply and get the scholarship in India without going home because the interview is based on your home country you're putting. And if you're in India, you're not eligible for the scholarship. So now, if you want to come back, like me now, I'm in my final year and the portal is open, I can apply, but I'm going to change my location to back home because I'll be back home by then.
Mm,
I'm going on in May, few months from now. So like I can apply and then I put I put my country, my home country, of course, everything the same. Then I'll be there for the interview. As long as I'm there for the interview, then I'm good.
cool.
Yeah, as long as
So
I'm there for the interview, then I'm good.
so basically, you have to be in your home country, not apply from India. You
Yeah, yeah.
you can apply from India, but you
I
need
can
to
apply
do
for India, but I need to be there for the interview.
it right now.
I really need to be there for the interview. Yeah.
So we talked about legalization, right? A lot of people have also been asking me that question as well. Is it compulsory to legalize a document before you apply? And what type of documents are to be legalized in the first place? And I think you talked about that, but
Okay.
we just
Uh,
clarify
Hold on.
that.
Let me just go through my PC so I can be very, very sure. I
Or
think I have a folder here called ICCR. So whatever documents you might need, it's already there. Yeah, go ahead with the question. I might just browse through and yeah,
it's all right. It's all right. Cool. So I was saying, right, for
yeah.
documents required, there's some document that you listed that were required for admission. These documents, do they have to be legalized first before applying to the university, or you can legalize them maybe after being shortlisted?
Yeah, it works both ways. You can really send in your documents. Like if you're that late, because normally it's if you have time um you can just get them stamped. But if you're that late, you can apply and then you will get sorry you all this thing and see. Then when you are going to the interview, they're going to
Mhm.
ask you for that particular document when you are going to the interview. And there now it's a must for you to show it. It's a must
Mm.
because we know people go around and creating results for themselves, and they too they know about it now. They know about it, like people can just create results for themselves and all this stuff. So if you can get it stamped, it's better on your own side. Particularly, particularly when you get to your university. When your university will be asking you for those documents, they're gonna ask you for the original and photocopies. Now the original is there to verify the photocopies. And if they don't see any stamp that can like um I think I might just show you one example. But if they don't see any stamp in that particular document, they're gonna ask you like we need this document stamp, this whatever the case may be, and then you have to get it stamped. However way you need to get it stamped.
It's
So there
all right.
there
Thank you.
yeah, yeah.
So guys, for those of you that have been asking, right, it is compulsory to legalize the documents for this scholarship, right? So you can begin the legalization early, which I'd recommend because it might take some time in your country. So
Yes,
just make sure that you legalize for your transcripts on your WAEC, legalize at the Ministry of Education for Nigerians and at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. That's it. And also, big man, for the birth certificate and the police clearance and the physical fitness, do they also have to be legalized as well?
Um, okay, for my own part, what I did, I think I took all those documents, I just take them all I took them all to Foreign Affairs, and Foreign Affairs actually stamped all of them. But when I went to the Ministry of Education, they just stamped the one that's still concerned with, like, for example, the English proficiency, the high school transcript, and the WAS, yeah,
Oh.
the WAS result, yeah.
So, guys, listen. This is how it works. Ministry of Foreign Affairs could only legalize non-academic documents, right? So, Ministry of Education, it's there for your academic document, like transcript proficiency. So make sure that you legalize your academic documents at education and also at the foreign affairs. So I believe we've sorted that question that you guys have been asking. Someone is also asking, what's the age limit?
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, you're loud and clear.
All right. Somebody's asking for the age limit.
Yeah, someone is asking for the age limit.
Can we maybe skip that question for now, like the next question, so I can just check the websites, like I can tell you like live.
It's alright, cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool. I'm trying to even see if I can check it as well.
Because if you go to do the registration and all, it's there.
So would work on that question. So big man, for this ICCR scholarship, right? The universities that you can apply to are only public schools in
Yeah,
India.
exactly.
So, national students in India, what are your thoughts about public universities in India? Do you think they can be compared to private universities? And do you have any idea of the pros and the cons of public and private? Like, have you had this conversation with your friends? Private school, then private school, this and that. Like, can you compare? And which do you think it's cool? I mean, just outside this scholarship, but just like a general question.
Yeah. Yeah, I know a few people from my country who are in private university. Okay, the difference are slim. Okay, in terms of infrastructure,
Mm.
private schools are the best. They are like public schools are very old. They are like these ancient buildings, and and this in terms of infrastructure, the private schools are the best. Like we went to some schools, like for example, there's one college called Gita. Man, that place
Mm.
is beautiful. Compared to
Yeah.
compared to where I am, man. But in terms of let's say flexibility, yeah, I think
Freedom.
yeah,
It,
in terms of flexibility, the
freedom.
private school are more flexible than the public school. Like the government.
So in what way, sir? What do you mean by flexibility? Is it like freedom of the students, or in what way?
Yeah. For instance, mm, okay. Let's talk about holidays. Let's talk about holidays.
Mm.
Like you only get holidays in these public schools when it's authorized by the government.
Mm.
Yeah, when it's authorized by the government. Okay, for example, let's say departmental day, you're celebrating departmental day. Some universities I know which are private can take a break for that particular. For us, yeah, they tell you departmental day is not part of the government curriculum, and they're going with the government curriculum. So you need to partake in the departmental day, which the department is telling you it's a must. And at the same time, you need to go again to class like, man, come on. Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's advantage to public school again. The advantage is like the government coming in, they come straight to the government colleges for internships and all these things. Yeah, private school can have it, but like the government companies, I don't say private companies, the government companies, they come straight to the government universities first, and then maybe extend to the private universities.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But if I had my option to choose, man, I'm going private. If I had my option to choose. Yeah, come on, man.
It's sorry, big man. Okay, we've talked about a lot today. Hi, guys. So, for those of you that are just joining us, we're talking about ICCR scholarship in India. Listen, if you've always wanted to study abroad, but you don't have the money to pay for your fees, your accommodation, this scholarship could be what can change your life forever. Now, for those of you that are thinking India of all places, listen, Nigerians, right? I mean, I'm Nigerian, right? And in India, as far as I'm concerned, JJ, you can confirm with
Inshallah.
me. Do you have 4 hours power supply in your apartment right now?
Yeah, 247.
Now, imagine this
247.
amenity that is a human can have. Nigerians can't even boast of 24 hours power supply. So for me, India is like a better place than Nigeria. Okay.
No, yeah, it is.
Now that just right. Now another thing is this. Um, Nigeria, things are getting really, really expensive every day. The inflation, it's really crazy. JJ, how much do you spend on your food every month, like groceries? How much do you spend on groceries?
Um, Give or take, I don't spend more than 3K in just groceries.
Out of groceries, which is about $25.
I don't spend more than that.
Like this, you spend around 100,000 naira per week on just groceries. India is like very cheap place to live, right? There's no inflation here in India. Trust me. And some of you think it's better to keep suffering Nigeria than go to India. I mean, you can go to India and you could have more opportunities. It's not you could have. A lot of people have gone to India and they have more opportunities as
Yeah,
well. So it
exactly.
does also be the same. I mean, even if you come to India and you still do not like India, there are other opportunities to other countries as well.
Yeah,
I've told you that
several times that once you're applying for American visa, UK visa, you come with a virgin passport. It's difficult for them to give you a visa. You understand? But when they see you've been to somewhere, you've been to India, it's easier for them to consider your application. You understand? So I don't even know. You have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose. It's free of charge. You're not paying anything to anyone. Just apply for free. That's it. That's it. And some people say they still want to apply. I mean, it's up to you actually. If you don't want to apply, it's okay.
And
But don't just come to me every day. Do you know this scholarship available? I tell you Turkey, you say you don't want. I tell you India, you say you don't want. I tell you this, you say you don't want. Like people are like the government does not even know you. Like they're just trying to, sponsor your education for free, and yet you're being selective. I mean, we're doing our part, but you should also do your part as well. You can apply by yourself, and if you have any questions, you can reach out to me or you can reach out to JJ for any assistance. I mean, it's my joy, all right, to see that a lot of you guys from this live today apply for this scholarship and get a scholarship. You see, I've been to 11 states in India, and I have lots of friends that are under this scholarship right now. They've
that's
been
cool.
a lot of money. 20,000 rupees is too much money for you in India, trust me. It's a lot of money, bro. You can even send it back home. I mean, there's way you can save this money and you can arrange this money properly. You can use to build a house back home. 4 years. Because India is very, very cheap. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'll a lot
so
today.
many people send
Just
money back home. So many.
for real.
Um, there was a question about age limits. I'm on the website now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right in front of me. I don't know if I can maybe just switch the camera and you can see something about here. It's written age limit, and you can see it's PhD. It's 50 years maximum.
Mm,
Undergrad and postgrad is 18 to 40.
mm,
So like 18 years as on the date of like 1st July 2025.
mm,
It's there. You can find this document. All this is the website, and there is something called guidelines. Guidelines is here. If you go there, you can find the scholarship guidelines before filling the form. There's a physical fitness form which is empty. You're going to download this one and fill it. And this is the financial term. Like this is the payment plan, what they are going to pay you. Like you can check it. You can just open this financial term. It's written. Everything is there. It's written there. The money they pay you for different level, and everything is there. It's not like it's hidden. It's not hidden. It's like on the website. And if you log in, make sure you come to this corner and do your registration first.
mm.
After doing your registration, they can send you another link which you can access the portal.
Log in.
Yeah.
It's alright, guys. So yeah, we've talked about a lot basically. We've talked about the procedure, the required document, the step-by-step guidelines. So I think the last question would just be JJ, right?
Yeah.
Um Before coming to India, what were your expectations? And now as you're in India, what is it like? What's the reality there for you? Like,
Okay.
what are your thoughts basically, about living in India?
All right. Before I go to that, I just want to let people know that there are 131 universities under ICCR, like
Mm,
131 as of this year.
mm,
Yeah. Okay. First of all, when I when I had my acceptance, I was like, man, I'm going to India. And okay, it's not about me first. It's about people who I'm telling I'm going to India, like my family members. They're like,
this is a good
why
thing.
India? So people, okay, there was one boy. There is one boy. He actually rejected the scholarship to come to India. And then after we came and we started telling him like, man, it's not what we think. And then he was like, I want to come back, but then it was too late for him. So first of all, Indian is so big that they have the African part of India, they have the
Mm,
Indian part of India and the European part of India. Like
mm,
you can literally find every place in India which you want to see. For example, you want to feel like you're in Africa, just go to their local villages. You will see the African setting, you will see your cassava plantation, you will see this. They are all here. Now if you want to feel like you are in Europe or all those things, or you want to feel like you need to get away, you need a vacation, you can go to Goa. There's a snow in India. Like there is life. Come on, man. If you are coming to India for the life, man, there is life in India.
They-
It's life.
yeah, Andhra Pradesh.
Yeah, if you can check to my state,
Oh my God. Yeah, what's up?
if you can check to my states, yeah, I will show you around. Of course, we have nice beach. We have nice life. Okay, the nightlife here where I am is so good. The nightlife is so good, and yeah, to me, Indian beats my expectation. It really beats my expectation. I was expecting something, you know, something like really okay. First of all, I was expecting something like religion intolerance. But where I found myself, I can go to church easily on Sunday, and you can see Muslims go to their mosques on. Right now, Ramadan is going on and Lenten season is on. I go to church I'm a Catholic. I go to church every morning at 6 o'clock, and nobody will stop me on the way. For example, okay, let's say there was a I had this experience. There was one of their ritual. Yeah, they were doing one of their ritual, and I was coming from the club at that night, and then they stopped me. They were like, "Oh, where are you coming from?" Blah 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 blah. And then the police came in and was like, "No, you have to let him go. This is Andhra Pradesh. This is India. If you don't tell them that we are Indians, they're gonna take the wrong mindsets from you." And I was like, "Wow, that's good." Because the police was like, "No, this is Indian, and you as Indians have to tell them that this is Indian. We are welcoming people, and they are actually welcoming people.
Yeah, that's true.
Indians are good. They are good.
That's
Just
that's
that they don't joke with their food. They don't joke with their food,
that.
and that's why they have lots of food, lots of food, and it's cheaper actually. It's cheaper.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you could go to an Indian shop, right, during the lunch, and you're with your money to buy stuff. It's their lunch, right? They're gonna eat. They're gonna take their time and eat while you're gonna wait.
Okay, there is a funny scenario. We are in my city. It went to the newspaper. Now it was launched, and it's a bank. So this guy is working at the bank. He ordered the food online, and the food came, but it came during the lunch time now. And the
Mm.
security at the bank post told the food delivery guy to go and come back after lunch. Like that's the lunch. That's the lunch there. And I'm like, come on, and he said somebody the guy is bringing me lunch and you're telling me to come back after lunch. Nah, man. I mean, when I came across that news, I'm like, come on, this is the worst thing I can see now.
I mean, these guys don't joke with their
They
lunch,
don't
guys.
joke with their lunch. They don't joke with their lunch, and they don't joke with their ladies also. Indians are for Indians. It's fine. Just accept it and move on. Accept it and move on. Indians are for Indians. Yeah, you might be lucky. Yeah, there are marriages between Africans and Indians. There are marriages we can see online and all this stuff. But compared to their population, it's like 0.001%. Yeah, compared to their population, like Indians are like 1.4 billion people, man. I went to what's the place I went to? These days they have their okay during their election. The prime minister came to my city. They shut down the whole city. The people I see that goes because I'm not staying in the hostel, I'm staying out, so I mingle more with the Indians more. The people I see that day, I'm like, only this city, and this city is like 7 million people. Ah, come on, that's too much. That's too much.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, it's true actually. India, they have very nice people. They're welcoming people. They're willing to help you. And I don't know, there's not much racism. I mean, of course, you're outside the country, you definitely feel some level of,
No,
you're not in your country,
they
you're
are
gonna
trying
feel
to
that friction,
fix it.
but it's not really that bad. It's not even there most of the time. You understand? I mean, you get some attention from people, some pictures, stuff like that, but no one's gonna hurt you because you're African. It rarely happens. Just because you're African, they're gonna beat you up. It rarely happens. I mean, it could happen, but you rarely hear that. Maybe
No,
just
but it's
maybe one,
it's it's
3 years.
real. It's
Yeah,
hard.
yeah, that rarely happens.
It's
I
hard
mean,
to see.
myself, right? I've been to 11 states. Like that's a lot of states. There are
Yeah.
about 28 states, and I traveled usually by myself, right? In the train, I'm the only Indian. In the flight, I'm the only black person, and they treat me equal like they treat their
Yeah,
Indians.
they'll even
It's
give you
just
seats, like, well, can I take pictures with you? Like,
exactly.
okay, that's
What
about it.
country
Okay,
are you from?
when when
What
I
country are you from?
when I came to India, I now feel like I'm a superstar. You know, when you want to go. Okay, there is
Like,
one place I went to. I went to drop one of my classmates so I can get the village setting. It was a weekend,
mm,
so I'm like,
mm,
okay. Am I like, hey, let's go. My mom never see black people. My sisters never see black. I'm like, okay, let's go. Now, unknowingly to me, this boy has went and told his family members that we all know him, right? He sings Baby Calm Down. And that music is like number one in India, Baby Calm Down. So because I had dread, because I had dread, and I went to the village, and the whole village like calling me Baby Calm Down, Baby. I'm like, come on, like,
are you
and
for real? Bro,
I'm telling you, brother,
crazy.
like everybody was like, Baby Calm Down, Baby. I'm like, come on, what did you tell them? It's like, no, boy, you're here, it's nice. I'm like, oh, come on, I can listen, I can understand English, man. Oh, man.
Man,
But it's fun, it's fun. Yeah, there is
that's
like actually fun. Yeah, there is one thing I didn't talk about. Mm, on a normal base, on a normal academic year, ICCR have like winter camp and summer camp. But
mm,
yeah, ICCR has it. It's something they organize. For example, they'll just go to one state and have a summer something, maybe retreat, conference, and all this stuff. So it's done twice in a year, winter camp and summer camp. It's not compulsory because most of the time, like for me, most of the time they do it, I might be in exams. Yeah, so people who are fortunate can just go because Indian academic system is different, far different from Africa. Your first year might be in holidays, you are in exams, and you might be in relaxing, people are writing exams. So everybody has their own confused timetable. So yeah, so there is this winter camp and summer camp, like in the summer when they give that 1 month holidays. For me, my department said I need to do internship, so I didn't go. So yeah, I know a few people who went for summer camp and just go see cultural diversity and all this stuff. Yeah, that's that's actually cool. It's really really cool about on their side. And one thing, okay, I'm in final year. I'm supposed to
mm.
give my final project next month in April. So whatever project I do, let's say I'm an engineering student. Yeah, my final project supposed to be a presentation about something I've learned at least the whole um in the whole
Duration of your
the
studies.
whole duration of the studies. I need to choose maybe just one something, even if it's building something or whatever. And actually, ICCR give you money for that. At the end of the day, you just need to tell ICCR you have done your project, and then they're gonna wire you. What it's not like they're gonna give you what you spend on the project. Sometimes you spend less than what they give you, so they're gonna wire you like this particular one is for your project. I think that comes with the last payment of the money. Since the first payment of the money comes with like 5,000 extra for
Accommodation.
book allowance and all this, so the last payment comes with your project money. It just comes with your project money. And when you are done, you have to go travel to the ICCR headquarters in your region, get your document stamped, then book your flight arrangements again because it's free to go back. But you can only go back when you present to them your degree. Yeah. So you can come and get your degree and then go to ICCR. Then they'll just stamp that they also have their own verifying process. They will stamp it and recommend you to one another office. I think it's the Ministry of Education for Indian recommend you there, get the degree stamp from there. They just book you flight.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So, guys, I think we'll round up today's live. Someone asked a question: how many years is the master's program in India?
Yeah. Masters normally is 2 years, but even for first degree, if you're coming to do BBA,
It's
BBA is not 4 years, it's 3 years.
3 years,
Those are
yeah.
3 years. Engineering is 4 years, pharmacy is 4 years. Masters, yeah, give or take, it's 2 years, give or take.
And
PhD, yeah.
yeah, in my country, engineering is 5 years actually.
Oh, yeah. Where I'm from also. In fact, I was in engineering college back home in my second year, and I left. I came to India, and I never regretted it because one, okay, funnily, I was in second year, like 2021, and then my batchmates, they only graduated last year.
Mm.
That which means they are in third year, and they graduated last year, and I'm finishing. I already finished. I'm graduating in May, and I'm like, no, like how? You can see the
It's very
difference is like,
basically.
yeah. And in terms of education, Indian education is one of the best. People can just check online, check Silicon Valley, the people who are heading in the US, making top news in the world. Those people are all Indians. It's either they are from Indians or they get educated in Indian. And Indian is like an underdog. In the next maybe they have a project which is like Bharat Indian. So like it's 2030. They're working towards it now. Like sometimes last year they launched their rockets to the moon. So in terms of the wall, you can see Indian is really, really pushing. Now, okay, now many people are getting aware of India. Why do you think that? It's not because they were still where they were. They are moving forward. They are really, really moving forward. They are doing extremely well. They are moving forward. And just last year also, I think they hosted this G60. Yeah, Indian hosted G60 and all this stuff. And man, Indian has a lot to offer. They have a lot to offer. They are doing well.
I mean, the Indians are actually independent people. They do not depend on any Western country for their development or their Western or their civilization, whatever innovation. They produce a lot of things here in India. That's why you see that the currency is very strong, and you don't have inflation like that. I mean, the money I spend on fuel, like it's very little compared to what you spend back at home. It's very
Yeah,
expensive at home
I
for
I I,
fuel.
I told you I once did an internship. I was working with this robotic company. Of course, you can't. That's one thing I should make public. I'm done. Indian educational system because of their population. It's not like it's a law per se, but because of their population, you can't work in India. In ICCR contracts, it's written there. You can't do a business when you're like in ICCR scholar. You can't work when you're ICCR scholar. That's why they pay you. So I get internship. You can do. You can get a paid internship. I had a paid internship. I was working
Wow.
with this company. Um, they are responsible of it's a robotic company actually. So I work with them. Then I get to know Indians more, like out of classroom because I work with them. These people are brilliant, man. Yeah, because I was a design engineer, I work with few teams. We are three teams, one African, two Indians. We design few robots, like line follow robots, and we are actually teaching these kids, like primary kids, how to maybe assembly robots. Because you see, okay, in Africa we have this toy, you can hold a remote like this, and there's a car passing around. Those are the
Mm,
things I was supposed to design. Yeah,
mm,
that's actually it was my work. And those things I didn't learn in Africa. I
mm.
didn't learn, okay, even though I didn't learn in my college, but because of this scholarship, I get to mingle with short people and they taught me that thing. And yeah, I was getting paid for it, but this it's really, really good. So you can see they are teaching their kids from primary school how to do those things because they are preparing for the next future.
Thank you so much, Big Man, for your time. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for everyone that joined us today. If you have any question regarding today's Instagram live or you got any regarding what we talked about today, you can reach out to me on Instagram or WhatsApp, Pascal Business Consult. Reach out to JJ.
Yeah.
If you have any question. I just wish you guys all the best. JJ, before we end, do you have any last words for the people?
Um, yeah, it's just a word of advice out of experience. We're in line to do the right thing. We are actually doing the right thing, or we are about to do the right thing.
Mm,
But we are so afraid of falling or losing
mm.
that we tend to like, no, I'm not going to do it anymore. Yeah. Before Indian scholarship, I applied to Russia. Yeah, I got shortlisted. I went for interview, and then they lied to me. Like after interview, you need to come at this certain date. So when I went there on that particular date they gave me, they told me those who have been shortlisted are already traveling today. And I'm like, how? I have nothing, so I can't fight them. Okay, fine. Then with all those experience, I still go ahead and apply for India scholarship again.
Mm.
Yeah, there was a point I reached. I'm like, nah, man, this is the same thing is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. It's not gonna stop. But yeah, I'm happy I didn't give up. So
Mm.
it's just a word of advice. You never know you're doing the right thing. You might be doing the right thing. Just don't give up. Just keep
Yeah,
applying.
don't give up, guys.
Yeah.
So I'll be I'll be excited to hear congratulations from all of you guys. I've gotten a scholarship. Hopefully I get to pick up you guys from the airport as well to help you guys with your SIM cards, whatever. Just believe and don't give up. I'll see you guys on the other side. Goodbye.
Yeah. Thank you very much.